She has irregular periods. She's always had irregular cycles. Um,
Okay.
she's only had a period a few times a year her entire life.
Hmm.
No, never been on hormonal birth control. She said over the last year or so, they've been a little bit heavier,
This
but
sounds
she
like
only gets them a few times a year.
okay. So amenorrhea,
Yep.
acne, hair growth, feels tired, stressed, wired at night. So obviously some sort of adrenal dysfunction,
Yep.
dry hair and skin, tired no matter how much she sleeps. Sounds like she's pushing herself pretty hard with her school and internship and work. Okay, so let's take a look at labs. Okay, so high cholesterol, that could be stress related or that could be due to insulin resistance.
She said she's had that. She told me that in our first call that she's had that for a long time. The last time she had it checked was in 2018 and she had high cholesterol. So this has been, yeah, something definitely ongoing for
Oh
her.
wow. High DHEAS,
Yep.
DHEA sulfate 459, free testosterone 6.8. Yeah, this is looking like PCOS to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Progesterone 0.1 because she's not ovulating.
Yep.
C-reactive protein not high, so it's not. Oh, okay. Insulin 12.2.
Yep.
So this is PCOS. I'm thinking it's PCOS. I would like you to have her run FSH and LH. If her LH comes back double or triple what FSH is, it's PCOS.
Yeah. But they're still lean, and especially in the midsection, many
Yeah.
of them are still lean.
Yeah.
These are different root causes of PCOS. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
they're different phenotypes of
Mhm.
PCOS. So not every woman with PCOS is going to be obese, but
Yeah.
more than likely they will be. So lean PCOS is rather like rare, I guess. But it also has a lot to do with your genetics too.
Yeah.
How you store fat and everything. But not every woman with PCOS is insulin resistant either. So, they say insulin resistance causes PCOS, but there's other like drivers like stress and inflammation as well.
Yeah.
So if you're lean PCOS, you might have some degree of insulin resistance, but it's not so bad that it gets you fat. And then you have other mechanisms that prevent fat buildup as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I often wonder too if it starts at that younger age, right? So if someone's into sports and athletics,
Hmm.
and so I wonder if this particular person, if she had become or had gotten into sports and become an athlete, like
Hmm.
as a teen or younger, would she look different? I don't know. These are the things I think about.
Yeah, I mean, like theoretically, like right, insulin resistance is like sometimes because the cell doesn't need glucose.
Yeah.
So if you had always placed a demand on glucose within the cells of the body, maybe the insulin resistance would have been put off. You know,
Yeah.
that's actually a really interesting point.
Because
But
she still have high androgens, probably, like what I see with some
yeah,
of these elite, like CrossFit athletes,
yeah, and
with
that
the
can be
high free.
used to their advantage.
Yeah, it's really interesting to
Mm,
think how it started, like what came first, or how did it develop? So
yeah. Um,
it's really interesting.
Excuse me. Yeah, usually, I mean, you have to have a genetic component because there's the genetic component is like when the hypothalamus doesn't secrete LH and FSH in the right amount. So usually FSH will be the dominant player
Yeah.
and LH. So it's flipped in PCOS. That's why you have that 2 or 3 to 1 ratio of
Yep.
LH. And then there's also like defective like receptors on cells that receive insulin signal. So it's just like you're genetically resistant to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it starts like in like prepubescent like girls, like they're like already programmed. So once like puberty kicks in,
And then it depends maybe on environment too. Like then what environment
yeah, what
are you
environment they're
into?
raised in. It could be how like their moms like ate like while they were you know,
Yeah.
in pregnancy.
But essentially, we're probably looking at this being like a lot, many years of probably stress, right? Like,
Yeah.
so maybe
So
that's driving a lot of that down.
in some of these like adrenal insufficiency cases, it's not about what they're doing now. So a lot of coaches will ask about, oh, like what's stressing you out right now, because
Yeah.
they want to find out what caused the labs. But you have to think that the labs are really just a snapshot of now. But
Yeah.
where you are now as a person is the result of a culmination of many events and choices leading up to this point. So people don't understand that about lab work. They just try to focus on, oh, like, did you like break up with someone recently or get fired from your job?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I did, but I also this happened like 10 years ago. Like all this shit, you know? So
Yeah. I've known her for 10 years, so it all does make sense.